So most digital marketers create a YouTube video, publish, and then move on to the next one. But what if you could maximize the content in that video that you just created even more by turning it into a complimentary blog post? Not only does it give your audience more ways to engage with you, but it can also increase the number of keywords that are ranking on Google. With some of the tests that we've done on it, we're talking 20 to 50% more keywords. The truth is that this is a hack that is working on Google right now. So I'm going to show you the easiest way possible to turn a YouTube video into a complimentary blog post. So let's go. Alright, so the very first thing that you're going to want to do is go into YouTube Studio and pick the video that you want to turn into a blog post. Now, I have one here in my YouTube Studio. It's important to understand that there's two types of videos when you're making videos on YouTube, right? There's kind of the browse title, right? This is a browse title, meaning that when you're in YouTube, you're scrolling through your feed, you find that title that kind of gets your attention and you click on that, right? So for a video like this that we made for browsing, it's really not keyword focused in the title. There's a totally different strategy to be able to capitalize on keywords in titles, and I'm going to share that with you later on in this video. But I just wanted to make this distinction that this video was made for our audience, right? People who are browsing on YouTube. So because of that, I don't have a lot of keywords that I thought about when I made this video. So when we make this blog post, we are going to want to SEO optimize it after the fact versus, coming in and making this video based off of a keyword. That is a totally different strategy that works incredibly well. I am going to go over that at the end. But for this purpose, I'm showing you a video that you created on YouTube that you just want to turn into a blog post. So this process is really simple, and the way that we're going to do this is by using the transcript data that YouTube makes automatically. And what I mean by that is when you open up a video, if you click on the little closed caption down here and you turn it on, you'll see that YouTube has automatically created a transcript for this video. So what's really cool about that is before you kind of had to make a manual transcript, but you don't have to do that anymore. YouTube does it for you. So all we want to do is copy this transcript data that YouTube has already created, and then we're going to use ChatGPT to help us to create a blog post. So to find the transcript data inside of your YouTube Studio, you just have to be in one of the detailed views of one of your videos and scroll down. It's a little bit below the tag section, and you're going to see this language and caption certification. Now, our channel's a little bit older, so we have some extra settings here. Yours might look a little bit different, but mine says languages, that is a hyperlink, but yours might say subtitles. So just make that distinction that you might have one that says subtitles. You'll click on that, and when you click on it, you'll see here that there is, the ability to edit subtitles. If it's not here, it's going to be here in one of these. You'll see a little edit icon for you to edit. But if we edit this subtitle, you can see that here is the subtitles or transcript that YouTube has automatically created for this video. So one thing I could do is highlight this, or I can actually download the subtitles. So I'm going to go ahead and download the subtitles, and it's going to turn it into a transcript.txt file. So when I pull this up, you'll see here that I have the transcript in a notepad file. Again, if YouTube allows you to just copy it right there in that window, do it. Control-C on a PC or Command-C on a Mac. And then we're going to now open up ChatGPT and play with this and have it create a blog post. All right, so here I am in ChatGPT, and I want to be very specific with ChatGPT on what I want it to do. So I'm going to say, here is a transcript of a YouTube video I made. I want to turn this into a blog post that I can embed this video on. Please lower the reading level and SEO optimize this post with the SEO keywords you feel would work best. So I'm giving it some autonomy here, some leeway to be able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a colon here, and I'm going to paste in the transcript in the ChatGPT. So I'm going to go ahead now and click enter. And you'll see here that ChatGPT is now writing me a complimentary blog post based on the data that I fed it, which is the transcript data from this YouTube video. So you can see here that it came up with its own title, and I'm not super worried about using the exact same title in the YouTube video because this wasn't a keyword play. Again, there's a totally separate strategy where you can use a keyword in the title of your video and in the title of your blog post. I'll share that with you later on. But you can see here that it is going through and writing this article. So this part, because I asked ChatGPT to optimize it with SEO keywords, it's now showing me the SEO keywords that it actually used in this content. So I'm going to want to look through this and make sure that these are relevant, right? So the Google Map Pack, local SEO, increased local traffic, Google reviews, local business SEO. These are great. This is exactly what this video is about, which is the Google Map Pack and how it's one of the few things on Google right now that is driving a ton of traffic. So I like the keywords that it's put in here. Now it's saying this version includes your SEO keywords naturally and lowers the reading level to make the content more accessible. It also keeps the focus on practical advice that readers can apply. Now, one thing I do notice when AI makes content is it will create a million bullet lists, but I like that it hasn't done that here. It's created bullet lists, in a few spots, but it's made it mainly conversational and lowered that reading level. That's why I like to prompt it to lower the reading level a bit, because it makes it a little bit more conversational usually, and it removes a lot of, excessive bullet lists. All right, so now the next step is really kind of up to you. You could fight with ChatGPT here a little bit, make some edits, or if you're like me, where I come from a content marketing background, I prefer to make the edits in my blog editor. Again, totally up to you. So now I'm gonna go ahead and copy this content. I'm gonna create a new blog post inside of my WordPress site. All right, so here I am in the WordPress editor, and the nice thing is you should just be able to come in here and paste in the content, and the structure, formatting, everything should work. So you can see here that my title didn't actually move into the title, but that's a really simple fix. I'm just gonna hit Control-C, and I'm gonna go ahead and click in the title and paste it if I like that title, right? I could make a change on that if I feel like a different title would work better. So now I'm gonna kind of go through here and see where I would want to, embed my video. So if I go back to YouTube and we go, out of the transcript, and we're just going to discard the changes because I'm not making any changes to that. If we go back to details, I can get my video link right here and copy this. So now I'm going to go back into WordPress and I'm going to find where I want to put that video. And typically this is the recommendation I would have. I would put the video as close to the top as you can. I wouldn't put it right under the title, but I would pretty much put it in the first section because you're going to get people's attention. They're going to watch the video if they pull up this blog post. And we've seen in our testing that it just helps the blog post to rank a little bit better with the YouTube video toward the top. So inside of here, because I'm using the Gutenberg editor, it's really simple. I'm just going to return line down, paste in the link, and it's going to automatically embed the YouTube video into the blog post. So I'm going to go ahead and just save the draft, and then we can preview this so I can show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is the preview of the blog post, right? I don't have a featured image here, but the nice thing is because I already created a YouTube video, I probably have some extra thumbnails I could use as my featured image on this post, or I have creatives that I had to collect to make that video and editing to use as assets here inside of this blog post. But if we take a look at this post, if we scroll down, you can see that the video is right here. It's now embedded in the content, so people can see that right away. And now we have a really good complementary blog post. Now again, just to point out, the title that ChatGPT came up with on this is different than the title on the actual video, and that's okay when we're just making a complementary blog post for a video that isn't necessarily built off of a keyword. But there is a totally different strategy that's working really well where you can actually start with your keyword phrase, build a video, and then build a blog post that uses the exact same title as your video that has the keyword in it to get insane gains on Google right now. In fact, with our testing, we've been able to see keywords in the top 3 and in the top 10 increase by anywhere between 30 to 50%. So if you want to learn how to do that strategy, make sure you watch this video where we go through that entire strategy from start to finish. So watch this video where you can learn that entire strategy, and I'll see you over there.